You know, if anybody wants to, for Blocksense in general, because it's good to have an idea of the whole spectrum of solutions, right? Like there's more than just Ethereum out there.
I think we're live. I don't see a brand though.
No?
No. Okay.
You have to invite them, or?
I already did.
Maybe just doesn't set up.
Oh, I got an email from a brand saying he's online and let me know when you start.
Well, I've already started. He has to join the right link. He has to check his email.
Maybe send that to Francis as well.
I did.
Or no, I mean, Mike, maybe send. You gotta join.
Forward it. Can you email the Hangout link so I can forward it to Francois?
It's already done.
Okay, got it. Francois and Brand have it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, straight from the chat.
And send it to Yannick as well, because he said if you come by at 7 o'clock, right? You know, probably won't be here by then, so we can join now.
Yeah, I'm doesn't show up right away. I shouldn't have started recording already. But hey. Well, Abran says he has the link. He's not. It always takes time to start these things, eh?
Sure.
Oh yeah. A couple of guys.
Okay, now I can see you.
You're there, Abran?
They're using the phone.
See you, and I can see you now. Perfect. Thanks.
Feedback.
It was a mess, and then somebody kept
Okay.
the computer open. Oh yeah.
Hi, Bruce.
Oh yeah, hi, Brad.
How are you doing?
Okay. Some really interesting things. I'm connecting with a really large community out in LA.
Yeah, you mentioned it in your email.
Yeah. Like we could participate in an optical moisture sensor. Like you just have to share a document with us on the NRP, so we get more collaboration.
Yeah, guys, this broadcast is live, eh?
Yeah,
Okay.
And it's yeah. Hey, Brian, can you hear us good?
Perfect.
Just put you better.
That's a brand.
Valentine, where's Valentine?
Yeah.
You know what's bad though? It's like I can't get everybody in the camera.
That's fine.
Well, we need like a wide-angle camera.
Want to pull up a chair or something?
What's that?
That chair, at least you're in the shot.
Yeah, well, you guys want
Yeah, hold on, I'll go. Good moment.
to put it on the floor. Yeah, that would be nice and cozy. Okay. Okay. Okay.
that's all for me, so that I can see all of you guys.
Okay, Brand, can you see us?
Jim, you're out of the show.
Yes.
More us.
Okay, so I have a little provisional agenda. The first item on the agenda is current projects, so I think maybe you can start us off there. Talk a little bit about that.
Okay. So current project, well, everybody knows now is we're finishing up, we're wrapping up the access project. This contract, there's still some documentation. I think this is the project that really is putting us on the map as having built a proof of concept. I'd like to talk a bit about what I think Blocksense should be.
Okay, that's totally on the agenda, but maybe we can save it.
Yeah, okay.
Just so just if there's nothing else in current project.
Well, there's a lot of projects coming in the pipeline.
Upcoming
There's a lot of leads.
Okay.
So there's a project that will be a private project that we've already met with. He's currently looking for part of funding. Okay. Industry Canada is willing, the CNRC is willing to put him through the PAVI to greatest proof of concept.
So can you elaborate on that funding source?
Yeah, so the funding source is the CNRC.
Okay.
It's the CNRC and Industry Canada. It's the IRAP program.
Okay.
It's basically an innovation project that creates jobs at the same time. The usual funding structure is 50% of the project.
Okay.
They've already agreed to funding a concept. We have given him a quote. Now he's looking for the other 50%. He just missed around the funding, and it looks like that project's not going to go anywhere until January. And when I mean January, I mean development has been postponed. It was supposed to start in October. It's going to be postponed until January.
Okay.
There's a couple of leads projects. There's the NRP, which is slowly building up into something bigger.
Turn it into a blockchainable NRP, you mean?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Part of it. I have a few ideas in my head that I have to get down on paper.
Or just reworking
Well,
the structure itself.
I think the stakeholders, so this ties in a bit with Sensoric, that's in
Right.
project development and the funding we're looking for. What we've spoken about this week, a couple of us, is that the physical infrastructure and funding the virtual will have to be separated.
Okay. Yeah.
Different funding proposals. The NRP proposal is huge because it affects a lot more stakeholders, and there's more immediate people involved that could get involved.
Then just the lab.
Well, then just Sensorica and Blocksense is building a proof of concept. There was a from William McCarthy 2 weeks ago, who is the inventor of the REA anthology,
Okay.
which has become an ISO standard and is seen as the future business exchange standard business exchange format.
This is the accounting academic guy, right?
He's from Michigan State University.
Right.
He's willing to put in.
Actuarial.
He's willing to get involved in the project, and he was visited. We did this with Jake Knoppers, who is like an IT ninja. He built some of the first IT software that has to do with accounting. 60s now.
Wow.
Okay. He was a consultant for Industry Canada in IT. He's helped develop a lot of standards, including QR codes and things like that. So he's involved in this project too. They're very good friends. That's how you get
Jake is.
Yeah, how you get more involved. He's local. He lives in the Maritimes, but he's often in Quebec.
Okay.
So that's one thing. We'll keep the project short a little bit. There's always breeding games, of course.
Breeding games in what sense? How can that be?
There's a presentation. If you need the links.
No, I mean, what's the connection to
Blockchain.
breeding coins? Okay.
a virtual currency. If you want to think of it as something what runs Valve's
Okay,
platform and something like that.
okay, yeah, okay.
I don't call it too much of a currency.
So just enable to breeding games, able to buy something like a cryptocurrency.
Actually, it's I think what was the term we used? Automatic health service. Not an automated health service to establish a baseline health standard for breathing.
Okay.
That we've already worked on a presentation for that. Sorry. That project though is really just like put it somewhere now. Let's see what we can get from now.
Okay, great.
Um,
Do we have any other?
yes. I don't know what his title is. He's the Concordia librarian researcher who has been trying to find, he thinks that the blockchain could do some kind of DRM to the libraries to distribute books. Okay. He wants to meet in a few weeks. And I have a very close friend of mine who is a lawyer and is looking to get to a fintech application. He wants to submit fintech project.
Okay.
And he has huge connections. Deutsche Bank is one of his clients.
Okay. Can you tell me again the rough parameters of the Concordia Library interest?
DRM, digital right management.
Okay.
For libraries of lending out ebooks. I don't see what the blockchain application is
Well,
there.
I mean,
But
for lending things, it makes sense in terms of like.
well, if you have everybody lending them, or you're lending across different stakeholders.
No,
it's just
but-
one
but,
library,
like,
it's only-
You know, kind of how like Slockit is sort of like an S service where you can like hold while an object is lent out.
Yes.
It has nothing to do with DRM because there's no rights management or anything, like no intellectual property, but it's for lending things without, if you give away a book without actually having to be registered in a library, like to be able to take books out with having a library account.
Can I chime in?
No.
Sign up on the platform,
I know, I know.
credentials, and
Well,
you will be ready. Use DRM. Anyways, listen.
Yeah, I just wanted to chime in.
We'll have a chance. Go ahead.
Okay, so for the library system, the way I see blockchain working over there is that usually libraries have it's a connected system where not all the libraries get all the publications because they're expensive. For example, like Concordia might not have certain law digests coming in every month, but McGill would. So a lot of them have digital copies available as well. So you have to be part of either if you're part of the student population of Concordia, you log into through their system, and through their website, you access the McGill library. So you can do the same thing with. Oh man.
Abran, I'm going to turn off our video for a sec. I'll talk, save on bandwidth because we can't hear a thing you're saying. 1 second.
Okay, sure.
Try now. Hello?
Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me now better? Is it better? Yeah, I'm gonna call you from my phone.
Hello?
Yeah, hello?
I'm gonna call from the cell.
Hello? Kay's gonna join in a second.
There, you opened a new Google Doc to log all this stuff, right?
What? I just sent you an invite.
I did, right?
Yeah.
La tête du monde sera déjà sur la prochaine.
Okay.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's much better. That's great.
So what I was saying is that for the DRM in libraries, the way I see it working is that multiple libraries don't get the same books or the same publications, especially periodicals, and they're really expensive. And also access to the same journals, scientific journals, sometimes they're more than a few $1,000s each. So what they do is that they'll have a shared system where one library would get, let's say, the Scientific America or something like that, which will have an online copy as well. So then each library, for example, if I'm a student at McGill and Concordia has that, I don't have to physically go to Concordia. What I do is I log in through Minerva at the McGill library or through my Minerva account online, and I use their portal to log into Concordia's journal. But the way it's managed is that I have to have my McGill credentials active to be able to log into that. I think that's what they're trying to do on the blockchain. But this is just like it when you're doing it for certain, like between two universities. But when you think about other people trying to log in or students getting access to a certain book because they're in a certain course, but then after a while, they have once they're done with the course, they have to let go of that access. They're no longer allowed to. So sometimes, you know, the bureaucracy or the server systems can get cumbersome. So I think that's what they are trying to solve with the blockchain.
Well, guys, look, we have 45 minutes left. I don't want to get into details of projects, even though it's the funnest stuff to talk about.
Yes.
I think we should really stick to the agenda as far as deciding.
Yeah, we're up next is but up next would be some of the markets that are already listed on Blocksense.io and discussion of markets to see if we need to add any other services there on that page to signal that we have a potential to offer these things, or if we want to target them, if we want to go after them. Then short-term goals is our next short-term project. And then how to organize cash flow, because this is going to be a separate entity outside of Sensorica to a certain extent. I've got a couple of ideas there for.
Okay, cool. Well, I can start with saying a little bit what I envision coming up soon. One, there is zero resources in Quebec. If there are any, there are very few. I know this because one of the projects that approached us has been looking for a software development house to develop them a proof of concept, and they have not found anything besides us.
Okay.
So that puts us in a very interesting position in Quebec.
Yeah.
Second of all, globally.
Wait, can you expand on that proof of concept on?
You're talking about eVision now, essentially.
No, I'm not talking about I'm talking about a private contract.
Okay.
Which is in the works.
And is it a private chain or is it?
That's irrelevant.
That's
There is a non-disclosure agreement.
Oh,
Yes.
I see, okay.
Yes,
It's an
yes.
NDA, okay.
It's an NDO.
Yeah, fine, that's cool.
Yeah, let's just say it's a big platform.
Okay.
And we could, yeah, so that's on hold for January. But anyways, okay. So what I see is that there's going to be a demand for developing.
Okay, yeah.
At the same time, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, globally what's happening with most of the resources is they're all getting tied to banks. They're all getting tied to projects that have to do with insurance companies. There is not a lot. There's a lot less than we think.
Dans les tendances, notamment générales, 2017 disait que 2017 serait l'année qui veut se mettre tout en concept.
Okay, perfect.
C'est 2017.
On top of it, there's a lot of misinformation out there that guides people. There's a lot of this high level talk, which is, let's call it Bitcoin and Ethereum's fault. The way they envision blockchain technology being used, I completely disagree with it in most cases. I think 99% of the application of blockchain technology in the future will not resemble anything like Bitcoin or Ethereum, or at least how they envision it. I'm taking the approach, and this is the brain fart I had today, I'm taking the approach that blockchain technology could be between two nodes.
Okay.
Meaning a chain could exist between two nodes that need to interact. They need to automate some kind of business process between them. Or they could expand that amongst their clientele, or amongst their customers, or amongst two parties that need some kind of trust, automation of some business process.
Okay.
The brain part I had this morning is Scepter. I kept on saying that Scepter is in the same league as the technology. For those of you that don't know Scepter, it's a cognitive computing platform that's really just in conceptual mode right now. It's based on the fact that when you exchange something with somebody else, you don't need a global view, which is the complete opposite of where blockchain, the big public chains are, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum, you connect, everybody sees everybody's information. Now, if I want to exchange even a currency with you, if we want to exchange something, we don't need to show it to everybody else. We just need to trust each other, run the software that we need between each other to make a transaction, do some computation, do something. Okay. If we need to exchange with somebody else, well, then it's consensus goes to a higher level, let's just say. Okay. The difference is that my view of how we should implement blockchain with companies and what we should try to get as customers, test proofs of concepts, okay, to enable new business functionality amongst different, on a wider level, okay, and expand business automation, okay, is like Scepter, only me, it's at the implementation level. It's like, let's stick a blockchain here, a blockchain there, then another blockchain connecting everything, then another blockchain talking to it. For every time you need to automate, Scepter does it at a protocol level. Okay. But in essence, it's the same view. So I've had the same view. I've been disagreeing with certain people that said that it's not blockchain technology. They're right, it's not, but the end goal is the same. The application is the same. Okay. So this is very different than the view Ethereum has, that everything should run, let's say, on a public chain. I don't see companies putting their IT infrastructure for any business process on some big public chain to be exchangeable on the other side of the world. I think somebody's disagreeing. It's the Bitcoin gods, no?
Okay.
I think when we're talking about implementing blockchains at some consortium level or to automate some business processes or some function for a company, and this is what we need to bring in people, business people, and explain to them. Because the hype out there is that this is the blockchain. What you can do with the blockchain is stuff that resembles what Bitcoin does, let's say, but for everything else. So let's try to implement like that. Now, these things haven't worked. There's already been proof of concepts. For the music industry, for health, it hasn't started yet, but there people that are exploring this cryptocurrency implementation to everything, and they're failing. Ujo Music took off.
Right.
Okay. Its adoption is going to be very slow, if any.
Yeah.
I don't believe that we need to focus. If I think Blocksense, the focus should be, and I think that there's, excuse the term, I think there's big bucks to be made in this. Okay, so using it as software, connecting people's IT infrastructure together.
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay. So we don't need network effects. We need pragmatic use cases. Change it.
It's practical. That's the good thing. Right?
Yeah, I think the big problem has been this Bitcoin thing that it's in front of everybody, and everybody's trying to, you know, this is the way technology should work. This is it. It should only be applied like this. Blah 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 blah. There's a lot of other ways to apply it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think it's useful to be applied in certain aspects. It doesn't resemble exactly the way it does for Bitcoin. You know, you don't need to incentivize people to behave properly when you could just sue them if they falsify data. You understand? But you still have the automation without a third party that could automate a lot of business processes. So that's what I see with the blockchain as.
Okay.
I see it as cryptographically verifiable computation on top of cryptographically